Hi everyone. So for today's how-to video, I'm going to be talking about diaper bags and things that you really want to make sure you have in there every time you leave the house. There's necessities and then there's just extras that you might have room for that would be helpful if you needed them while you were out. So first I'll show you, this is my main diaper bag. And the reason that I picked this one out is because it looks like a big purse and I didn't want to have to carry around my purse. So I wanted it to be a little bit fashionable. Obviously I have a boy and this is my pink diaper bag, but it's more for me. It's more for the mom than it is for the baby, okay? So that's one. The other diaper bag that we actually have is like a book bag. Of course, this is definitely dad approved, but it's also good because it has the straps in the back for when we do more like adventurous things. Like long walks and if we go for hikes, so that's pretty convenient. Okay, so some of the stuff you want to make sure you definitely have, of course, is the baby food, okay? Depending on how long you're going to be gone for, you really never know sometimes with your babies if they're going to be hungry or not, even if they are on a strict schedule, because sometimes they can go through growth spurts and literally want a bottle every like hour and a half. So what I have for that is I actually have a formula canister where it's already portioned out and you can just pour into the bottle. And of course you need the bottle. With this lid will prevent any of the stuff in the diaper bag from getting on the nipple. Okay, and then the other thing I always make sure I have is I always pack water because you don't know where you're gonna end up. And if there's no accessible water, especially safe water, like you don't wanna get your baby's bottle milk out of like a water fountain. So this is key. And then if you're breastfeeding, what you might want to have in here is one of those shawls. And I used to, but I don't anymore because I'm kind of slowing down with the breastfeeding. I'm definitely not doing it when we're out and during the day anymore because he's not as satisfied. We'll talk about that in another video. So formula all the way for us right now, except maybe at night. Couple of other things you want to make sure you have. This is probably even more important, I'd say, than the formula and the bottle. Diapers, because they go to the bathroom all the time. You saw the Price is Right video. I change him like 12 times a day, if that, probably more. So I definitely always have a bunch of different diapers, but you also need a couple other different things for changing the baby because it's hard to just lay them down wherever you are. So I make sure that I have this mat. They come in different styles too. You can get like one that's a little bit more fancy than this, but this you can lay down even on a changing table in a restaurant. You don't want to just lay your baby down on that. So I put this down, and for really messy diapers out, which could be a disaster, these changing pads are pretty good. Okay, so you just lay this down, and I always recommend having all of those, and of course the wipes. So you don't want to put an entire container of wipes in here. So they have these little handy things that just keep them so they stay wet and they stay secured and they don't have anything. Like some of the wipes come with just like a little sticker over the top, but I find that those dry out a lot quicker. All right. So far we have bottle, formula, water, diapers, wipes, some sort of changing station. Okay. Okay, you definitely want to make sure you have an extra pacifier. Some babies don't like pacifiers, some love them, some need them. So the pacifier is going to be handy when your baby's crying in the car and you need it. Obviously, you're going to probably leave the house with one, but God forbid you lose it somewhere out and you don't have an extra one to give him or her. Sometimes that's all they need to just settle them down, and if they don't have it, they're going to tell you that they need it. So extra pacifier is definitely a good thing. And then I also always carry my Aquaphor. This is for his butt, but it's also for any cuts or scrapes you can just throw on there, which is good. My go-to for the past 7 months that he's been alive, and anytime I've been out with him, doctor's offices, basketball games, is hand sanitizer. This is actually alcohol-free, so it's baby safe. So I put this on his hands because what is the first thing people always do when they see a baby? They touch their hands, which is disgusting. You should never touch a baby's hands, especially because all they do is put their hands in their mouth. So hand sanitizer, that is definitely a necessity, okay? They come in the little sizes, so you don't have to have a ginormous thing in there, but that's what I recommend for sanitizing everything. Your hands, his hands. I also carry on Tylenol lately. They are more susceptible for like fevers and things like that, especially when they're teething. So if we're out at grandma's house, I don't want to be without Tylenol just in case. And with that, also a thermometer you would want to put in your bag so you could check, okay? Extra clothes for those really explosive diapers, or just in case you need extra layers, you always want to make sure you have an extra set of clothes. So I have some extra pants and I have a PJ set. And normally I would actually have like an extra onesie in here too. All right, definitely some toys. We have teething toys. We don't go anywhere without those. And then just regular toys you can like hook onto something. Babies get bored very easily, so you want to have plenty of toys to keep them entertained. Okay, so that was extra clothes, some Tylenol, some toys, and then some of the extras that you might want to have if you do have room are, they always say to pack a blanket because you don't know where you're going to be, and a hat, especially now that it's like spring. Sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's freezing, sometimes it's sunny. So I have a blanket, I have an extra hat. We ordered him sunglasses. Those are on their way, so that'll be fun to see him in. And then I also am starting a sippy cup, so I have this with me, but these are just extras. So the extras would be blanket, hat, sippy cup. Eventually, maybe the sippy cup will be a necessity, but right now he's just learning, so it's not something that we need. Okay, so those are some of the things you need in a diaper bag when you leave your house. You never want to be without a couple of those things, so make sure you remember. Thanks. See you later.